use my sword. I can see it.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start off by giving all praises to
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Yahawashi.
Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Oxford teaching about the mind while I'm out. That's the sincerity and truth. It's the Great Millstone Dallas branch. We're here with another class lesson. We want to get into the MOTB today. So what we want to do is we want to start with our temptation, because we want to base these lessons, most of the majority of them, on prophecy, and what's going on with the times that we're living in. And right now, just looking at the way that the Lord got it set up, the two major prophecies that need to happen before we enter into the kingdom of Yahawah Yahawashi is the MOTB and WW3. You see, and right now you can see within the White House walls, you got World War III being cooked up, because you see Trump and what he got going on, but you see his sidekick Elon is one of the faces of the brain chip.
Yeah.
You see? So you see it, they already got the chip for your hand. Already got it in buy-sell mode in certain places. You just haven't been forced yet. But that's what the prophecy said. We living in a time where this prophecy is closer to coming to pass than it's ever been. You see? So that's going to bring forth our hour of temptation. If each one of us in this room is going to have an hour of temptation, or a Garden of Gethsemane moment, so to speak. Right? So we want to just get into the Revelation 3, our temptation. We want to get a few examples of different forefathers and foremothers that went through their hour of temptation, you know, and then we're gonna transition into the MOTB, which is strictly set up for us in this time. You see, matter of fact, somebody get Romans 15:4 first, and then jump to Revelation 3:10.
15, verse 4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime are written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope."
That's it. You see? So we're gonna get to some accounts. That's what I'm saying. We always want to go into these lessons and get past tense what happened, present tense what's happening, and future tense what's happening. Because we pretty much time traveling through these scriptures every time we get together.
Right.
You see? So everything that applied then is gonna apply now. All right, let's go.
This
That
is
was it.
Yeah.
This is Revelation 3:10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation."
You see, the hour of temptation for us, we looking at the World War III, MOTB, Jacob's trouble. We right on the brink of all those things. All of those things are in the beginning stages, right? So, whichever examples y'all want to get going in the hour of temptation, cool. But we're gonna finish reading that. Yeah.
Can I get a quick precept?
Oh yeah.
And then we'll come right back. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 2:2 or 2:1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble."
You see, and that time of trouble that we've been speaking about, our elders been speaking about it for 40 years, starting with the apostles to on down. Their apostles was talking about it 20 and 30 years before them. You see? And that's one thing about prophecy. Prophecy plays out over time. Every time you go into the history, it was always a build-up of Jake going off, being put in captivity. Captivity got too much to handle, so they called on the Lord. The Lord will send somebody to deliver. It's the same thing now. You see, we pretty much living in the time of Judges right now, the time of Maccabees right now, the time of Acts right now. You see, and while all those different times we living in, Ezekiel 37 is happening. If Ezekiel 38 is happening, Ezekiel 39, all these things are happening at once. You see, so these accounts that we read, these things were written aforetime. You see, how did our people handle being in their own personal hour of temptation? You know, so Lord willing, we'll be able to paint that picture, edify the hope for the elect. So, finish that Revelation.
Back in Revelation 3:10, it says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation."
You see, so if you stick to the script and just do what the Lord say do, he gonna do what he said he's gonna do. With all this destruction that's prophesied, deliverance is prophesied too. You got it.
"Which shall come upon all the world."
Which shall come upon all the world. Everybody gonna have to deal with this. Just like everybody on the planet got a birth certificate and a social security card, they want everybody to have that C to the H to the I to the P. You see, it's transitioning to a system. Because I remember being 15, 16 years old and not having a social security card yet, or needing to find it to get a job. You could not get a job without those things. You cannot function in society without a birth certificate and a social security card. They want both of those things to be on that C to the H to the I to the P as part of the way to identify you, to track you. You see? Go ahead.
It says, Salaki, it says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
And to try them that dwell upon the earth. Everybody's going to have to deal with that. Can you all look up that word for try in that verse, Papa Shop?
I got you. Yep, that word try is Strong's G3985. It says peirazo. It says to tempt, to try whether a thing can be done. It says
to tempt. Hour of temptation. To try is to tempt you to say, I want Esau to be my master moving forward. Rather than I want Yahawashi to be my master moving forward. You see, they're gonna try to tempt you. And when they can't tempt you, they're gonna threaten you. You see? That's one thing about this lesson that we get into, because a lot of people always want to say, well, what if they do this? What if they do that? What if? Well, if you read the scriptures and you get a thorough understanding of the prophecy, then it takes away what if.
Right.
It tells you that you're going to win if you do it. It gives you the instructions on how to win. And then it tells you the Spirit of the Lord is going to be on you. So what if we don't do that?
Doesn't really exist.
Yeah, that'll take you out every time.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
Yep, there's a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
There's two definitions. It says to try or to make trial of for the purpose of ascertaining his quality or what he thinks or how he will behave himself. Like the Lord, like for example, with Abraham, he put Abraham through that test with Isaac, you know, to see if what was going to be the outcome. You know, was he going to obey the Lord, the word of the Lord, or was he going to not obey, right?
Just like Lot. Told Lot not to look back. That was the only instruction he gave Lot. Run and don't look back.
Man.
He followed the instructions and he made it. You got it?
Yep. Last second definition. It says trial of the Most High to inflict evils upon one in order to prove his character and the steadfastness of his faith.
You see, that's Job. That's all of Job, the whole nation.
Yep.
You know, the Lord himself. You see? Read that one more time.
Yep. It says to inflict evils upon one in order to prove his character and the steadfastness of his faith.
Ooh, talk about betting somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Yahawashi said, if you are faithful over a few things, he's going to give you many things to basically have jurisdiction over. Roughly paraphrasing.
That's right.
So we gotta be faithful over these few things.
All right. Back in Revelation 3:11, it says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown."
Right. That's what I'm saying. So having this understanding, having this teaching this word, you see, we got the ultimate body armor. We don't put on as the elect. You see.
Right.
We got an understanding of the word. We doing what it takes to get to the end. And the Lord told us that when we fall short or if we need him, just call him and he got us.
Yep.
We believe that. So that's what we're going to do. We understand that us enduring to the end relies heavily on faith in Yahawashi. You see? So when we get into these examples, you're going to see that faith and know where we got it from. Whether it be the Maccabees, whether it be Joseph. We can do this all day, but we're not going to do this all day. You see? Go ahead.
Just to transfer you, transition us into those examples. This is in Sirach 2:10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?"
I was saying, everybody in this book that you can go into, they all died.
Right.
Every single one of them did. But they died with that hope, with their belief in the kingdom.
Right.
Knowing that they're going to come back another time. Knowing that they're going to have to go through all this again. See, we understand that now.
Right.
We don't got to know who we was last time, but we do know that what we doing this time matters like a mug.
Yeah.
You see? We was born of the Holy Spirit. We believe that we was those spirits that was born to walk this walk and talk this talk until the Lord get back. You see? Go ahead.
I had a precept real quick.
Okay.
2 Timothy 2 and verse 12. It says, if we suffer, which that word suffer here, it says to endure. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
Right? He that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. In Revelation 20 and 4, when they talk about those that was beheaded, talk about those that's going to reign with Yahawashi, Lord willing, we'll end with that. But that word reign is huge.
Right.
You see? But you gotta go through it to get to it. You know? You got the straight gate. I'll say you got the straight gate in Matthew 7, you got the straight gate in 2nd Ezra 7. You see? It's so many different scriptures that go into it not being easy, but everybody want it to be easy. You know? Go ahead. What you got?
It says, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us.
You see that? So how you gonna reign with him if he denies you?
Right.
But the only reason he gonna deny you is if you didn't do what you was told.
Man.
You see? So it all go together. No one said the Lord ain't just doing stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So let's get into a couple of examples of hour of temptation. That spirit of hour of temptation. We can start in the Maccabees,
I
whichever
got
one
one.
y'all want to do.
Hey, I'm in the Maccabees too. That's the spirit. I don't know if this is the one you wanted though, but this is 1 Maccabees 2 and 50. It says, now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. So we got to be prepared to give our lives, you know, if it comes to that point, to resist this damn devil when he try to put that mark in us. All right? Which we know we're going to come back anyway, but we got to have that level of faith to see this thing all the way through. All right? It says, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time.
You see, these things were written aforetime for our learning. You see, so when it comes for our time, when our time comes, we're not gonna panic. We're not gonna fold. You see, because our foreparents didn't do that, and the Lord looked out for them and said, "Who has the Lord ever turned his back on, or got confounded? They called on him. We called on him more than anybody else in sincerity. Not only are we calling on him, we sincerely calling on him. You got it."
It says, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name.
Which is what we doing right now. We going into a lesson on our foreparents, you know what I'm saying? To glorify Yahawashi, Yahawashi, to give them credit for what they did, which inspires us to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? During the time of Acts, they was in each other's cribs having class. You know? You got it.
And it goes into the examples. I'm going to read just quickly.
Yeah.
Verse 52, 1 Maccabees 2 and 52, it says, was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness? And you just had quoted that example, having to sacrifice his son Isaac. Okay, and the Lord counted that for righteousness, just the fact that Abraham believed to be able to make that type of sacrifice through faith. All right. It says, verse 53, Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. And we know the account with Joseph, you know, he was falsely accused. All right. I mean, even just to get in that situation in Egypt, you know, his brothers sold him. So he had to be calling on the name of the Lord. And look, he was exalted in Egypt, second under Pharaoh. You know. It says, Phineas, our father. It says, Phineas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Salaki. It says, Yahawashi, but it says Jesus here, but we know this is talking about Joshua. For fulfilling the word was made a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne.
With the thing with Caleb and Joshua, they was the ones that had the different report. You see, everybody else was scared because it was an hour of temptation type spirit. They was going to get ready to go to war to get into the land.
It's talking about how big they were, probably.
You know what I'm saying? They panicked. It was tripping. You see, but the correct spirit was on Joshua and Caleb. You see, so they faced their hour of temptation. Just like we talk about with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego all the time, how they walked into that fire praising the Lord. King David walked into that battle with Goliath, praising the Lord. You see, all these different examples that the brother going into. You see, our time is coming. You got it.
It's only a few more. First Maccabees 2:57, it says, David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven.
Elijah.
Yep.
You see, and that's the statement. You see, he thought he was going to be out of there. Lord beamed him up. Enoch thought he was going to be out of there. Lord beamed him up. You see, it's going to look like we finna be out of there. But Lord willing, we those spirits, we those bodies just going to get beamed up. Everything is in there.
Yep.
So when Jake get to, Lord say, when Jake get to come with that doubt, talking about what if they do this, what if they do that, what if, like nigga, what if the Lord deliver on his promise?
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
But they don't have the spirit to think like that.
Yeah.
They can focus on the negative while we focus on the spirit. That's what's going on. And that's what's going to happen during the hour of temptation. You see, everything that we done learned, everything that we done talked about, the Lord is going to kick us in high gear in that day. You see? You got it.
Two more examples. First Maccabees 2:59, it says, Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, by believing, were saved out of the flame.
Yep. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah, and that's in the Blood and the Dragon account if somebody wants to get that for later. It says, Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions.
Now, talk about an hour of temptation.
Right.
They made sure the lions was hungry as hell when they throw you in there.
Man.
But hey, the Lord delivered them out of it.
Yeah.
Send them food and everything, man.
You see?
That's what Habakkuk, he was like, man, I ain't never been in no Babylon, man. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
and, he delivered the food to him.
So all these hour of temptation moments, the Lord delivers us from those.
Yeah.
You see? So when Jake talking about 1,000 years down the line, and the MOTB ain't this, and we ain't got to worry about Jacob's trouble, talking about Jacob's trouble, this gay, all this goofball ass shit these niggas be talking.
That's some goofball shit.
Goofy, loose booty niggas, man.
All these goofy ass, loose booty ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? They not prophesying.
Right.
You see?
I got a precept with you there.
Let's go.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. It says, the Lord knoweth the Lord knoweth. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, for that righteous man dwelling among them, talking about Lot, and seeing and hearing, vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth, here's the point, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
You see that? So the Lord will deliver the righteous and destroy the wicked, man. That's how it works. That's how it works. You see? And it's based on doctrine. It's based on faith in the true doctrine, man. Period, point blank. You see? And Jake ain't got faith in the pure doctrine. That's why they talking all this goofball shit. You see? Jake, I'm telling you, Jake will do a 9-hour video and not tell you what the MOTB is.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, we can do a 30-second video and be like, nigga, here you go, right here.
Go into the Greek, break it down, pull a precept, boom.
Here you go.
You know what I'm saying? Well, let's go.
That wasn't on that.
Was that more on that?
Nah, that's it on that.
All right, y'all can start letting y'all precepts fly.
All right, this is Job chapter 2.
Y'all got 10 minutes to let y'all precepts fly.
You know, to keep things in order, sometimes it be like that.
We holy children thing, you know.
Okay.
Did you have more of that?
You can just read the part where they walked into the flames, praise the Lord.
That's
And then,
first.
matter of fact, somebody get First Maccabees. What was it, Second Maccabees 6 with Eleazar? The dynamic I want to do, I want to show a group, because you might be with a group where y'all go through tribulation, or you might be by yourself. So that's why I want to get an example with multiple brothers, and then an example with just one by itself. So we can get Eleazar in the Apocrypha. And then after that, more willing, we can jump into Revelation to show our hour of temptation and how the Lord is prepping us for it. All right, let's go.
This is one verse. This is the song of the three holy children. Verse 1, it says, and they walked in the midst of the fire, praising the Most High and blessing the Lord.
That's what I'm saying. The Apostle Elder Tahar named this year the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble and the destruction of Esau, right? That's what I'm saying. We walking into the fire praising the Lord just off that title alone.
Right.
You see? We telling you Jacob's trouble is coming, so how we not going to be ready for it? We telling you the MOTB is coming, how we not going to be ready for it? We telling you World War III is coming. How we not going to be ready for it? When the Lord said all these things got to come for us to be delivered. You see? Let's go.
It says, then Azariah stood up and prayed on this manner, and opening his mouth in the midst of the fire said, Blessed art thou, O Lord, power of our fathers. Thy name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore.
Bubba shot. Somebody get Daniel 3 where it talks about the Lord being in the fire with him. When Nebuchadnezzar was like, it's a fourth person in there. Somebody get that to back the elder up on this precept right here.
I got it. This is Daniel chapter 3 and verse 25. It says, he answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the fourth is like the Son of the Most High.
You see that? So when we pray to the Heavenly Father, He gonna send His Son. That's what's written. You see? They was in the fire. They praised the Lord on the way into the fire, and He showed up in the fire. And they was not hurt. They was not burnt. They was not singed. They was not none of those things. So when it come to us in the M to the O to the T to the B, while everybody else losing their mind,
Don't tell them who's in the fire.
Yahawashi. You see, they called on the Lord and He came. I don't know what else. I don't know what else everybody else needs. You call on the Lord, He come. You good.
He was in there with him, man. Yeah.
But Jake talk about what if this and what if that. No. Ain't no what if. We going out what's written.
I told you a story. Years ago, back in the 90s, One West days, I was on my way to the camp. And back then we was wild, like, whatever. I ain't have no money. New York City paid for the subway. We used to do that dumb shit. Until King Marshall gave us an order that brother stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
We call it hopping the turnstile. Because you can't, you ain't got no money. You got to get on the train to get to where you got to get. Man, we was young and wild. I wasn't the only one. All the so-called young brothers is probably doing that shit. Dip over the thing. And sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
The cops sometimes be hot. That was like a prevalent thing in New York City. Jake was hopping, they call it ferry baby.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was on my way to the camp. I was in the Apostle Talk. I had just joined the 44th camp. And that day I was on my way to the camp, right? I think we were speaking in Queens, whatever, it was a big thing. Everybody was there. Back then, I was wearing military fatigues, combat boots. I had all kind of knives on me. Rambo, I had a Rambo knife. I had a billy club. I had weapons on me.
Yeah.
I hopped the damn turnstile. Boom. The DTs got my ass, right? Me and a few other people. I got arrested, right? And they took us down to the jail and shit. And I'm like, shit, man. And I had the gun. I had the weapons on me.
Yeah.
So the cops, what the fuck? Whoa. Handcuffed me, right? It took me down to like another precinct. And I'm sitting there in the cell. But you know what? I wasn't really like, I was a little nervous because nobody want to be locked up. You know what I mean? Anyways, I was sitting there in the cell. They had me in the fucking cell. The cops sitting on the other side, they doing their paperwork, they talking and shit. And all I did was I just started praying to the Lord. That's all. I wasn't really scared, but I was a little like, damn, man, I can't, fuck. I just started sending out prayers and curses. So I was praying to the Lord. At the same time, I was putting curses on one of the cops right in front of their face. And then I was speaking in prison in Hebrew, but then I was like, yeah, these wicked cops, these wicked cops, this whole precinct, I was putting curses on them in front of their face. We would walk back then, bro, there was no whole bar. And then at the same time, I got down and started doing push-ups and shit. I was doing the little bitch that got the South dips, push-ups, then set up more prayers and curses. I was there for about an hour. But I think I told you this story. It got, after a while, I felt that vibration come down into the cell. Like I felt it, like like when the hairs on your back of your neck, as they say, stand up, and the hairs on your nose stand up, where you know there's something otherworldly around.
Yep.
You know when spirits are around, negative or positive. This, of course, was a positive spirit, but I was still scared. I got scared at that point because I felt it come down like a vapor, and I was sitting on a little bench in the cell, and I just felt it coming. And then the cops, they felt it too. Couldn't see nothing, but I looked at them, and they were looking at me kind of like, a little weird, like they knew something was there. I felt it, brother. I felt it come down to me. Like, you know, it was an overwhelming presence right there. And it was right there next to me on the bench, like somebody was sitting next to me on the bench. And in the cell. And I was kind of scared to look. You know what I mean? Like I kind of, you know, sometimes we in this flesh, because I knew somebody was sitting there, and I was kind of scared to look. Like I was kind of scared to look over the loud there, like, yo, man. I knew it was an angel or a powerful spirit, and I felt it, like they were sitting down next to me on the goddamn bench. I felt it. I mean, I kind of glanced over. I didn't see nothing, but you know what I mean? And then not even like maybe a few minutes after that, 15 minutes to 20 minutes later, they let me go. They were like, hey, buddy, you're out of here. They gave me a ticket. Okay, you can go.
Man.
And they let me go. You know what I'm saying? And then I made it to the camp late. The apostle called, look, what the fuck you late for, man? I said, man, I got arrested. I got arrested for it. You know, hey, I hopped the turnstile. They looked at me and said, man, we told you about, man, let's go get on post. You know what I mean? And that was that. I ended up making it to the camp anyway.
Yeah.
A little late, but that was a moment, like, that was the moment. Because I could, you know, that's all I knew how to do. That's my training.
Yeah.
Like, you know, bro, I got arrested. Okay, I shouldn't have been hopping the turn, but, you know, I was doing it to get to the camp. Because, you know, back then we was broke ass motherfuckers. Didn't have money to get on the damn train, but, you know, fuck that. I was going to do what I had to do to get to the camp.
That's it.
You understand? But Esau got me. But that was the first thing in my mind. Pray to the Lord.
Walking to the jail, praying to the Lord.
Come on. So, like, I mean, you know, that's different than serious shit.
Oh yeah, I years ago I did I had a short series that I did called Prayer versus Panic.
Come on.
What you gonna do?
Come on.
So, and it was going into these prophecies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When the Lord bring these things on, how are you gonna respond?
Come on.
And we got all these accounts and examples to give us the inspiration to put us in the spirit of, okay, well, I'd rather do it like this than fold.
Come on.
You see, we ain't in the business of folding like clean sheets. Hell no.
I mean, you can't compare. But it's just you know, I'm just giving y'all an example with it. You know, like you said, like, yo, man, at that moment when you in the clutches of the devil, anything can happen.
Yep.
I mean, that was a minor little offense, okay, but I had weapons on me, man.
Yeah.
They could have wanted they wanted in the early 90s, so things were a little different. But, like, bro, I didn't have a little switchblade. I had a big fucking, you know, Rambo knife. I had a butterfly knife. I had a police baton. They could have charged me.
Man.
You know what I mean? With these weapons. Now they let me go. Then but it's the idea.
Right.
When they got me, they had me in the cell. I said, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna sell some prayers and curses."
Yep. I say you don't gotta wait till you about to die to call on the Lord, like they tell you with Jesus Christ. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can be on your deathbed, your last breath, I love you, Jesus, and then you go to heaven automatic. Like, nah, that ain't how it works.
Oh man, we're gonna
You
do
know what
that.
I'm saying? So all these different things, all these different things that people be talking, it ain't based off the prophecies in the scriptures. You got it right out.
Can I get a quick precept?
Oh, yeah.
This is Sirach 11:26. It says, "For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways."
Mm-hmm. That's easy work. I want to say those that do what the Lord told them to do, it ain't nothing for him to save us.
Right.
That's all we got to do is pay attention. That's all we got to do is stay focused. Right? Go ahead.
I got an example. This is 1 Samuel chapter 14. I'm going to jump around in this for the second time. 1 Samuel chapter 14, I'm going to start at verse 1 and I'm going to jump down to verse 6. It says, "Now it came to pass upon a day that Jonathan the son of Saul said unto the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over to the Philistines' garrison that is on the other side. But he told not his father." Right? Jumping down to verse 6. "And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that Yahawah will work for us. For there is no restraint to Yahawah to save by many or by few."
You see, and we believe that. Everybody with the Bible, don't believe that. Everybody with fringes don't believe that.
Right.
You see? Go ahead.
Verse 7, it says, And his armor bearer said unto him, Do all that is in thine heart. Turn thee. Behold, I am with thee according to thy heart. Then said Jonathan, Behold, we will pass over unto these men, and we will discover ourselves unto them. If they say thus unto us, Tarry until we come to you. Then we will stand still in our place, and will not go up unto them. But if they say thus, Come up unto us, then we will go up. For Yahawah hath delivered them into our hand, and this shall be a sign unto us.
You see that? You see that? Praying to the Heavenly Father before you act.
Right.
You see? Lord, is this what you want? Lord, give me the strength to do this. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the strength to do this. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. That's our mentality. That's our thought process. Okay, what you want us to do next, Lord? Go ahead.
Yep, and it was very descriptive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, Lord, if we go up there and they tell us to wait, this is, then fall back. But if they say come up to us, then that's a green light that the Lord is with us to take them out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say it's kind of like they didn't cast a lot, like how we think, like flipping a coin.
Right.
But in a way, it was kind of like casting a lot. You know what I'm saying? If something happens, then I'm gonna do this. But if this other thing happens, then I'm gonna do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And because if they reacted the other way, they wouldn't have gone. They wasn't gonna come up.
Fall back.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like casting a lot.
Man's coins of the Lord.
Yeah.
See, they had that mindset. Okay. Like Elder Ariana mentioned this years ago. The Lord will give you options.
Right.
All within his will, but it's making it look like you making a decision. You see, if I go this way, this gonna happen. If I go this way, this gonna happen. If I go that way, this gonna happen. You see, but the Lord set it up for whichever one you take, that's what you was gonna do anyway.
Yeah. It's already set and determined.
Right.
Your outcome was already set at the end of the day.
So when these people be like, okay, well, what if they force the chip on? What if they hold me down and do this? What if they do that? Whichever one happened to you is which one was gonna happen to you.
If you get the scriptures say, if you get the chip, you're gonna be destroyed.
Even if you're a man of the Lord, that's not gonna happen.
That's
Exactly.
See, the niggas is be fucking looking for goddamn this. Jacob, man, I'm tired of motherfuckers.
Right.
What if they hold me down and give me the chip? A man of the Lord, that's not gonna happen.
So apparently they're not gonna have to.
It has to be.
You're gonna take it.
The Lord got it set up to where the MOTB is a. Oh my God, brothers, you know my brain is slipping. In my old age.
Give an option to take.
Option.
Right.
The Lord set it up that way, man.
Yep.
Because them demons are trying to, what if they just force you to do? Nah, no, the Lord got it set up where the Lord wants it to be a choice.
Right.
And you know what? Most of the 2/3 is going to willingly take the choice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They already got with the beast. They already got accepted the image. You see?
Look what they did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
You
about to
probably
make
gonna
the
say
point.
that.
Look what they did with the Maxine Waters.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was a prime example of how they willingly was just like, if this what I gotta be. And
They
they want to stick it on.
They followed the prophecy on the test run because it was presented like the M to the O to the T, M to the OTB in Revelation 13. In 14, it tell you doomed for the worshipers of the beast.
Right.
That's when you had all those people falling out, blood clots all over the place, and all this old shit. Right? That talks about the North sword.
Yeah.
They went through all that.
Yeah.
You see?
Testimony. Yeah.
And those that didn't take it, they got their jobs back, they got back pay, all this old shit.
Yep.
Right? So you seen that trial run. And it had to be so wild and crazy to make that shit possible.
Right.
So that scene of one Nina came out, which was weird as fuck. Everybody losing their mind and shit. That's when they presented it. So whatever it's gonna be for the M to the O to the T to the B, you know that shit gonna be dreadful as fuck.
Hey, that's right. Well, I watch the news every morning. Here in Texas, it's a demonic state too.
Hell
The
yeah.
measles thing.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing now. Y'all been watching the news. The measles thing, it's not even, and they basically they going after your kids, man.
Yeah.
Because now, measles outbreak here in Dallas, measles outbreak in Addison.
I had measles when I was a kid.
I
too.
never
That
had
shit
measles.
rough.
I had chicken pox.
I had both.
Oh, you had both?
I had both.
You brothers didn't know about chicken pox?
I had chicken pox. We had chicken
I
pox.
had chicken pox.
You never had
Pox.
chicken pox?
I had chicken pox. I had chicken pox. Was out of school for like 3 weeks, almost a month.
Chicken pox.
The same week that I went back,
You just drew it.
I caught the measles that following week. So I had chicken pox and measles back to
That's
back.
great. I never had the measles, but I had shit.
Yeah.
That's the
I
only
remember that shit.
Yeah, I was like 8.
That shit freak you out. But you want to know something?
I'm sorry.
The shit is crazy with the. Well, I don't know about measles. I never had measles. I had the chicken pox. I didn't feel sick. It was just that crazy shit. The
Mealworms and shit. Yeah.
It freaks you out.
All them sores.
All them sores and shit. It's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable.
It's itchy
You had
as hell.
chicken pox?
Yep, that's the only. I didn't have. I had chicken pox.
I had chicken pox.
My mom would just put ointment all over me.
Yeah, my mom did the same thing.
Yeah, oatmeal. Yep.
Yeah, oatmeal. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I was out of school for like a week, maybe 2, something like that. That shit went away eventually. The measles, some of my cousins had the measles.
Yeah.
My cousins got measles. I got chicken pox and shit, but the shit you really don't. It's not like you feel feverish or.
Nah, you just itchy. You just itchy.
Yeah, they tell you can't scratch it.
Yeah.
I was scratching.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
I didn't feel like I had no flu or nothing like
I didn't
that. I
have
was
no
just
flu.
itchy like a whole body rash.
I didn't feel fucked up, but the measles thing now here in Texas,
Yeah.
they pushing that now, and they say, "Oh, get your meat." Well, not just kids, but grown-ups too. They pushing that shit here.
Yeah.
Measles outbreak. The measles, another outbreak, right? And they're saying people got the measles, so now they got vaccines for that. They want people to take now. So these devils don't quit. They don't quit, man. So now they put, they say it's very contagious, and so those are all trial runs, man.
Yep.
Those are all trial runs.
Go back to what you was. You had
I was gonna read that Job chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? When Satan, touched Job's flesh.
Oh, okay. Break it out.
Yeah, this is Job chapter 2 and verse 6. Actually, verse 7, it says, "So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahawashi and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown."
Yep. That's an hour temptation situation.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You see, Job's wife was even like this. Just curse the Lord and die, man. You gonna let him put you through all this? Like Job had a choice and shit. But that's what I'm saying. If you have, bro, hours of temptation come in several different ways.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, no matter what that hour of temptation is, you're gonna rely on the Lord to get through it. Jake ain't talking about relying on the Lord. When the M to the O to the T to the B comes, Jake ain't gonna be relying on the Lord, bro. They telling you already.
You see it right now.
You don't gotta worship Yahawashi. They raising up their sleeve with their armbands to get a shot.
Yeah, they
They
took away from the
already
word.
showed you.
They go towards the
They
death.
done already showed you. You see? Go ahead. Charles, was it more than that?
Yeah, kind of. This is verse 8. It says, and he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Right? Which ashes, that's you in a sorrowful, lowly state. When you put ashes on your head, you know what I mean? He was in that repentant state. He
That was
was
an Israelite culture.
Con.
We actually did that. That's what that did. He actually put ashes on it because we did that. When Israel was in one, we would take dirt, put it on your head, we would rip out garments. You understand? That's when the scripture says, oh my God.
Rent your hearts and not your garments.
Girt you and put sackcloth upon your loins.
Yep.
And putting the sackcloth, like some brothers, Israelite, when you would actually put on a sack. Because if you was in a low state, you ain't gonna wear no fancy garment, man.
Right.
You would actually take a sack, a bag, a potato sack, and put it on you. Or you would rip your garments. In that case, it would look like sackcloth. And put dirt upon that. We actually did that. And put, we grabbed ash from the earth and put it on your head, on top of your head, because your head is where the dirt is. And mourn. So I was just, you breaking it down properly, my brother.
Right. The last 2 verses. It said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thine integrity? Curse
Yeah,
the
bitch. What the fuck you mean? You damn right I'm keeping my integrity.
Well, what was her ass gonna do?
You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Yeah.
He lost everything you lost, and he still got his integrity. So, nah.
For
Fuck out of here.
We say it often, Job lost everything, but the Lord ain't take his wife because that was part of his infirmity he had to deal with.
She probably was all in his ear, like nagging and shit, so he had to deal with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother, because you know that just wasn't one interaction.
Right.
Like, when she said that, you know, like Yahawashi said, she was over like, we got just at one part what she said, but you know it was an ongoing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when they lost the children, she
Oh,
probably
yeah.
blamed them for everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's constant, just back and forth.
Yeah, when he was the one putting up sacrifices just in case their asses was going off.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. Let's keep going.
Yep. Here's the point. It says, curse the Most High and die. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High? And shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips.
You see, and we got to be in that same, mentality, that same mindset. You see, no matter how intense it gets, the Lord is going to deliver us.
Con.
Period. If you think the Lord ain't going to deliver you, that's your fucking bad. Fuck off. It ain't my job to make you believe the Lord going to deliver you. He already told me he was going to deliver me. That was enough for me. Enough for me to put on these fringes to get my ass out there on them highways and byways.
Yeah.
The provision's already written.
You see? So the Lord eliminated what if with the understanding of this prophecy, man. We ain't what if in a goddamn thing. Let's go.
To Psalm 95, verse 14. It says, because he has set his love upon me.
We can jump into Revelation after this.
Yup.
It says, because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name.
You can break it down.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, it says I will set him on high because he known my name, man. What name? What other name are you supposed to call him? Not no goddamn Jesus Christ. Not no Most High Christ, bless or Yahawah, Yahawah, God, Yeshua. No, we call him Jehovah. You know, we're going to call upon Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, man.
Yeah.
You see, it says, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him.
You see that? It ain't my fault if you don't believe that right there, bro. I can't make you believe that. Now that moved everybody in this room.
Man, that's heavy, yeah.
You see, the Lord said, look, I got you. I don't know what else you do. I'll say, Yahawashi said, if I'm for you, who can be against you? It ain't my fault a nigga don't believe that.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm glad you don't believe that, because that's better our chances.
That is our eyes, yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We done had brothers that have actually passed on.
Yeah.
But does that mean that those brothers are not men of the Lord?
Absolutely
I don't know
not.
the scriptures, so I don't even got to go into that. Because that's like real talk, that's a whole nother topic in itself.
Right.
But I'm just bringing it up and going recently. We've lost special brothers, man. You know what I mean? Brothers that we love, man. But those brothers went out hardcore, man.
They went out on their shield.
They went out on their shield,
The
man.
works followed them.
Their works do follow them. So even if, like, hey, man, we got to come to terms with that too. Like, hey, like the Lord could deliver you or he could let you go home.
Right.
But then, like, you just gotta, yeah, like I mentioned the movie Braveheart, the scene when William Wallace was gonna execute him, and the woman came, take this as a pain, this or he said, no. And then he set up Mel Gibson in that movie Braveheart, and then before they took him out to be, not just executed, tortured and executed.
Right.
William Wallace, and that's true, that's a true story, that really happened. William Wallace, before they just didn't kill him, they flogged him, they tortured him before they, and he was an Israelite, by the way. They were all Israelites fighting each other. He said, Lord, please give me the strength to die well.
Yep.
That was a powerful prayer. So, like, I always think about that, man, that the MOTV, if we gotta go out like that on our shield, let's pray to the Lord, man.
Oh yeah, Revelation 20. That's what we gonna end with.
Come,
Yeah.
yes, sir, man.
Lord willing. Yeah, let's go.
I mean, I don't want to die.
Right.
What you, I mean,
Right. Right.
nigga, I don't really want to die.
Yeah, everybody's signing up for it, but
Yeah,
it is what it
everybody's
is.
signing up. I go sign. Who wants to die? Get on this line.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to cut the line shit. Hey, I hold my spot. We in the death line. Fuck out of here. No.
Yeah. But we ready to.
Yeah.
Let me get ahead of you.
Yeah. know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got to get mine. No, you trying to yank out the line and shit? No, bro. Alright, let's go.
That was in my
Let's get Revelation 13.
Yep. Want to start just at 16?
Yeah, go straight to the point.
Yep. This is Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great.
Right, he being the self-proclaimed white man, the beast. If you look up that word beast, it goes into a ruthless man. You see? So you got the beast, which is the revival of the Greco-Roman Empire. You see? You got the beast. That's the beast. Then you got the image. The image is how things are run. The spirit of this place. Right? The two-party system, the voting, the pollution,
NWO.
all these different things. The NWO, all that's the image. Jake already know who the beast is. Self-proclaimed white man. They want to kiss his ass. They already down with the image because they cool with all this shit that's going on. You see? So much so that they want to put off the day of the Lord. Let's go.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
That's why I say rich and poor, free and bond, no middle class. By middle class, they've been phasing you niggas out since 2020. Right? So this two-party system, this beast system, is coming up to the point to where this is on the table now. You see, they've been working on it for your hand. You see it all over the world. They've been showing you the whole plan. You see? So now that you know who the beast is, you're down with the image. All you gotta do is take the mark to them. Further your destruction.
Yeah, kind of.
Let's go.
And if I can say,
Oh, yeah.
because Esau has been using gradualism to get you to feel like you can't live without technology. Like you can't live outside of the society that he's created and that he's pushed. You know? Like basically he wants you to think that if Esau was just non-existent, nobody would survive, the earth would fall apart. That's what he wants you to think.
Who, the Chinese? Oh man, that's why I tell you brothers, you gotta watch the news, you gotta watch the news feeds on YouTube. And I'm assuming this guy was the Prime Minister of China. Pretty much, I was watching it just like yesterday, Thursday. He pretty much told Trump and the United States to go fuck China, the Chinese leader.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much, he had glasses on, and that was a stoic cold video. It was like some British bitch interviewing him, and he was like, basically, I can't articulate everything that he said, because it was like about maybe 5 to 10 minutes I was watching this video, and pretty much, in not so many words, he told Trump and the United States to go fuck themselves. And he said, listen, because the terrorists, and he's like, put terrorists in here. Basically, you know, that's the pride of Esau, the pride of the CD, right? He said, she was like, well, if the United States and put these terrorists, how can China survive? And then he said, listen, he was talking to the bitch that was interviewing him.
Yeah.
He said, listen, China, we've been around for 5,000 years. He said, we've been around for 5,000 years. And then they try to insult him, say they was little poor dirt farmers. And he said, yeah, we were farmers, but guess what? We made it to this point. We've been around for China, has been around for 5,000 years. And
Then they turn their pruning hooks into spears.
yeah, and he said, we survived and got to this high technological point without the white man. Basically, he said, without the white man's help. So this asshole, he said, I'm just speaking in my, but that's pretty much the spirit this dude was in, the leader of China. He said, you really believe we're going to fall because the United States, if they cut us off, we ain't going to survive? He said, we're going to continue to survive. According to the pride of Moab, we'll be around for another 5,000 years. When the United States, he said, the United States just came out of nowhere. They've only been around for like 200 something years, and we've been around for 5. So like, but in a way, it's true. These other nations are looking at Esau like, you little fucking ant.
Yep.
Like, these other nations, they've been around. Elam, Moab, Ishmael, okay? These other nations have been around for thousands of years. They have.
Yeah, they're ancient nations, man.
These are ancient
Compared to America.
fucking nations. They had their partner over there in the Middle East. They got oil. They got kingdoms over there, bro.
Yeah.
Dynasties. America, what, 1776? They declared their independence from the British.
Yeah, all almost 250 years.
That's
They're
big.
about to celebrate the quinticentennial like next year.
250.
Oh, damn, you're right.
2026.
So it's about 250.
Next year.
To
yes.
250
Next year it'll
years.
be 250.
Okay, so so we haven't, well, not us, but you know, we're so-called American citizens. So we haven't been a nation, not even for 250 yet.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah, yeah.
America, I'm talking about.
Right.
Yep.
So this motherfucker, 250 years ain't shit.
Mm-mm.
That's why my man, the leader of China, said, man, we've been around for 5,000 years. And these little ants, that was like his attitude. So boy, bro, we in World War III.
Yeah, all the key players is lined up. Yeah, the chessboard is set for World War III, man.
Woo!
You see? So everybody's hour of temptation is coming. That's why we going into what we going into. You see? Go back to
Yep.
Revelation.
Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
In their right hand or in their foreheads. You see? Now Jake want to get stupid and be like, what if it's in the left hand? What if it's her? What if it's her?
Oh,
Nigga,
God.
you let this devil put a chip wherever he wanted to put that shit so he can run you.
You can put it in
big
your
toe.
ass.
That's what I'm saying.
In Revelation 14, it says hands.
Yeah.
It says hands, plural.
Man.
So that just proves that's not going to be, it could be in any.
Yeah,
any-
it's saying again in 20.
Yeah, like,
People get it simple. It's gonna be
James-
on your body, inside of your body.
Yeah.
All right.
So we ain't finna play with you. All right, let's go.
It says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the
See,
mark.
this what they never touch on.
Mm-hmm.
That buying and selling part.
Yep.
It ain't no chip, it ain't this, it ain't that, right? It's sin, it's this, it's that. That wasn't how you gonna buy or sell with sin. That don't make no fucking sense.
and then what sin are they going to use to make it punishable
That's
unto
what I'm
death?
saying.
When all
It's-
sin is not punishable unto where there's sin punishable unto death and there's not sin punishable.
If the M to the O to the T to the B is sin in all these forms, then everybody got it.
Everybody did. Ain't nobody gonna be sick.
Like, everybody got it already.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So, wrong again. Right? Let's go.
It says, 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
You see, so you got to have all that. The beast, the image, the mark, it's the trifecta. You got to have all three of those. You see? And the third one is on the way. It's here. You see? And it talked about, matter of fact, somebody get Luke 21 and 25, and we're going to get that word for distress. Yeah, we're going to get that word for distress in that, because the Lord is prophesying this time that we in now. Yeah, get that Luke 21 and 25, and then get the read it and get the word for distress, Baba Kashab.
All right. This is Luke 21 and 25. It says, and there shall be signs, if somebody can get that word.
I got the word.
It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars.
The sun and the moon and the stars, all these different moons, pink moon, blue moon, wolf moon, right? Eclipse, lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, all these things been happening while y'all been bullshitting. All those things been happening while y'all been bullshitting. Go ahead.
Back to back, too.
Bruh!
Yeah, back to back.
Bruh! You got stuff that ain't happening in 50 years and 80 years and all this stuff you happening, and all of it happening in a month.
Come on, come on, man.
Go ahead.
It says, and upon the earth, distress of nations.
Upon the earth, distress of nations. Right? Finish that.
With perplexity.
Right?
The sea and the waves roaring.
All right, now, get that word for,
Distress.
yeah.
All right, that word distress, Strong's G 4928, sunoke. It says metaphor of straits, anguish, or distress.
That's what I'm saying. This devil is going to put the squeeze on everybody to where your options is going to be me or die.
Yep, that's right.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm going to save you from all this hell I created. But if you don't want to go, we ain't going to take it. Right?
And he's going to do it, if I may add, Elder, he's going to do it through the lack of resources.
Yep.
That's what that word perplexity means. When you get that root word, to lack resources, man. So but in order for you to lack resources, it's going to be linked to you buying and selling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be linked to you being able to buy your resources or to be able to sell to get more resources.
That's right.
What's that gonna link to? It's gonna link to a chip.
Hey, y'all know that scripture, man? Remember that scripture? That's why, but see, we already saw this coming a long time ago. Every man shall flee into his own country.
Mm-hmm.
These other nations been raping America for years on the low.
Yep.
They've been coming over here. I know, I had jobs over the years up there and back east. I done worked on all kinds of different jobs. I done been around all kinds of different nations. And I talked to Africans, Ishmaelites, Elam, and like, you know, I got, you know, you working at the job with different people from England, Edomite, but like, they're like, hey man, they here to make money. I work with this one African dude, but I believe he had to be, he was a Jake, Nigerian brother, right? I work for this company, United Rentals. I don't know if y'all familiar with it.
Yep.
And I worked for United Rentals for like 2.5 years. The brother I worked with in the service department, his name was Dave, and he was an older cat. Older, and he was a so-called Christian. But he was from Nigeria, right? And he believed in the old traditional ways. Anyways, he, all his kids were educated, top educations, blah, 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 because he worked and did this. And he said, look, man, I'm here in America. He pretty much knew America was Babylon.
Yeah.
He said, I'm only here in America to make money, and I'm going to take that and move out to my country with it. Like the end game wasn't, okay, we're going to retire here in America. He said, no, this country is immoral. He said that. So basically, that's the mentality. You see Moab is here. Elam, the liquor stores.
Yep.
Elam owns most of the liquor. The two people that got that whole liquor store, Elam and Moab.
Yep.
That's a lot of money. Moab is here. They got the Chinese restaurants, even back east especially. But even out here, all these other, they got the restaurants, and them motherfuckers here that make money, and they're going to take that money and flee back into their own nations. That's why the scripture says, you go into Revelations, right? It says they're going to mourn when they're going to see America be destroyed. The revolution will be televised.
Yep.
They're going to actually, because America, remember, when America, this place is destroyed, there's going to still be other countries that's going to be, and they're going to have their cameras, they're going to actually witness. The world is actually going to witness this shit.
Right, the great war. That's right.
Some of them other nations are going to be kind of sad. Because they're going to be like, damn, man. And that's it. Because they don't know what's coming after, though. See? And they're going to be like, damn, man, we was making good money with them baskets, though. You know what I mean? Damn, no more America. What we going to do now?
Our resources. Right.
You see? So it goes into the whole thing. But remember, the MOTB is going, the other countries, they're implementing that shit too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that, Ariana mentioned it last night. As much as China talking shit and Russia talking shit and all these key players that's gonna break off World War III, all of them want the MOTB. Right. You see? So basically Esau is a divided house, pretty much having a race to destruction. You see? They want to, I'm saying they got different options, like we were talking about earlier. The Lord gives you different options, give you the illusion that you got a choice. So they got two houses racing they so-called kingdom, they synthetic kingdom.
And that's why war gonna pop off.
Exactly.
Because to be able to run that type of system, which is really an historic system,
Yeah.
that got in mortals' hands, all right, that the Lord allowed for His will, obviously, to race to see who gonna run that. Oh, yeah, it's gonna cause problems
Oh yeah.
because everybody ain't agreeing. Even though they're agreeing to move forward to it, they're not agreeing. Oh, okay. What is Russia's position? What is China's position? What is so-and-so position? So it's gonna cause all-out war. That's why the mark, the beast system, the mark, all that war. That's why it's simultaneously together, because it's connected of why war is gonna happen. It's part of it, man.
And while all that's going on, we prophesy.
Right.
We come smack dab in the middle of it.
Right.
You see, telling everybody that this is what was gonna happen. You see, So that hour of temptation that we get into is fastly approaching.
Yeah.
You see?
Because buying and selling, when you look at America and China, they're the two top nations on that, man.
Yeah.
You know, China sells pretty much most of its products to America. I mean, they do sell to European nations as well. You know what I'm saying? In different nations around the world, but mainly its main buyer is America. You see, but it's the Lord has them in a trick bag, because when America falls and the dollar falls, every system falls at the same time. So there's going to have to be an ushering in of a new system, which is going to be related to, it's going to be revolving around digital IDs, UBIs, universal basic income, central bank digital current. You clearly see that's what they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're crashing the system to make it to whereas they're straining everybody into this small, narrow passage, which is going to be the MOTB, which is
Right.
going to be that's
Now,
it.
let's finish this word in Luke 21 and 25.
Oh, distress, right?
Yeah, distress.
Okay. I'll read the definition again. Well, the word is
Yeah, go to the one where it talks about the squeeze and the administrative medicine. Yeah.
Okay. It says Strong's G4928 Sunoke. All right. First definition says a holding together or a narrowing. The contracting part of a way. Metaphor of straits, distress, or anguish.
Straits, distress, and anguish is what this devil is pushing. You see? To get you to the point. I saw a video the other day where everybody was complaining about how they working all these different jobs and doing all they can, but they still ain't got enough.
Tired as hell.
That's that squeeze.
That right. Yep. That's
Go
right.
ahead.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm. That was all the
You gotta
definitions.
go to the root.
Okay. All right. The root word is G4912 Suneko. It says to hold together with constraint or to compress. It says
Letter B, number 3.
to hold. You said what now?
Letter B, number 3.
I don't see B.
So go down to where it says letter B, to press on every side, then read number 3.
Oh, okay, yeah. It says to press on every side. It says
Suppress on every side. You're not getting no relief.
Ain't no relief.
Go ahead.
yep.
Now, real quick, if you think about the love of many shall wax cold, right? So even in this pressurized situation, they can't even get help from regular family members.
Nope.
Because they don't give a fuck about them.
Nope.
So the Lord is tripling, like what you said about the pressure. It's a lot more pressure than people think when it comes to different layers coming together of like, they don't even have family relief.
Yep.
Even their immediate family don't even like them no more.
And while Esau putting the squeeze, the Lord putting the squeeze.
At the same time,
Esau putting the squeeze to where you gonna have to depend on me. But Yahawashi is putting the squeeze on to where we gonna have to depend on them.
Yeah,
You see, so all these things is happening while niggas out there bullshitting.
right? You ain't lying.
Go ahead.
Bullshit like nothing.
Yep. It says of a cattle squeeze that
Of a cattle squeeze, Esau called us goy,
Right.
goyim, right? The cattle, beasts. Go ahead.
Yep, it says that pushing in on each side, forcing the beast into a position where it cannot move, so the farmer can administer medication.
Right? So the farmer still administering the medication is the self-proclaimed white man.
Yeah.
You see, we the cattle, we the beast that he's squeezing and putting in a position to where he's going to administer his medicine.
Yeah. And if you notice how Esau treats cattle,
Right.
with like
Terrible.
like chickens,
Terrible.
cows, like if you watch them movies and documentaries that they have on how they do that shit, man,
Horrible
that shit is-
conditions.
Petrified meat.
Yep.
It's horrible, man.
You know, so that's how he treats human. That's how he treats life. He'll treat a animal like that. He'll treat a jet like that. No problem.
Now this is Yahawashi
His
prophesying in the last days.
His own people.
This is Yahawashi prophesying in the last days.
That's right.
You see? So now let's get back to Revelation.
You mind if I read something real quick?
Go ahead.
Please.
Because I typed in Chat GPT about the cattle squeeze and the microchip, right?
Yeah.
So it says I'm gonna read just the top part and I'm gonna jump down. It says the cattle squeeze chute is a device used to restrain cattle so they can be tagged, branded, injected, or inspected. And then when you go down, actually let me read this next thing. It says it's used for control, not harm,
but the animal has no choice, right? So when you go down here, it says prophetic symbolism in a teaching context. Cattle squeeze, mark of the beast / microchip.
Literally, that's what it says.
It literally says it. It says used to control and restrain, used to control access to buying and selling. Often leads to branding or tagging. The mark charagma in Greek can imply engraving or stamping.
Goddamn.
Inescapable once inside. The mark is compulsory.
Inescapable what's inside. That's why Revelation 9 is so important.
The mark is compulsory for survival in the system.
For survival in the system. Because when it say those that don't take it shall be killed.
Yeah.
So they're physically killing you and killing you off from society. You can't function. Earlier we talked about how you can't get a job without a birth certificate and a social.
Yeah.
Right? You cannot get a job without that. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
Now, hey, look, now, was this out when we were prophesying years ago?
Nah.
None of it, Chad. This didn't exist.
Nah.
Years ago when we was breaking it down,
Right.
from the apostles on down, we breaking this down. This did not exist. Boy, the Lord code. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Finish that up.
It says done for identification tracking, which is what the cattle squeeze, because the cattle squeeze is the actual device that an animal will go into and keep them locked in so they can do what they need to do.
Yep.
It says the mark could be for economic or biometric ID. It says applied to livestock. The mark is for those who are treated like property / slaves of the beast.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's the plan. That's the plan. I would say that's the plan that this devil got up his sleeve. But we've been given the inside track on it. You see, we see it ahead of time. See, is there more?
That was it.
Yeah, if I could just say too, it's an idol because it said graven image or something. It said something like engraving.
Yep, it did.
So that shows it's an idol. That's why the Lord, that judgment is so severe. You know?
That's right. Prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself.
That's it.
So we've been given.
That's it.
Like you just said,
We can't
we
sit,
see
bro.
it.
We can't
Should not
sit
be
on
hide, right?
We can't sit on this info, cuz.
Nah, man. Nah.
But I got the the judgment of this
Yeah.
for taking that mark.
Yep.
This is Revelation 14:9. It says, Revelation 14:9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image,
Right, and that's what 2/3 of Jake is already doing. They worshiping the beast and his image. They tell you, you got to love the white man. Esau Japheth, nigga, hell no. All this bullshit, right?
Make any excuses.
Right? So they down with the beast, they down with his image. Go ahead.
it says, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand,
And that's what I'm saying. You got to do all that. You got to accomplish all that for the Lord to destroy you if you're an Israelite. You got to hit the trifecta, nigga. You already 2/3. You 1/3 away from taking the mark of the beast. With your fringes on, though. Yeah, we finna handle y'all rough in a bitch.
See, but
Go
all
ahead.
these are the 2/3. See, look, they're all the 2/3, bro.
Yep.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? Because these niggas in the world, like, they hate the white man when it's convenient. They hate the white man.
Right.
You understand? Years ago, we talked about the white man, the devil, the white man, the devil. We telling, preaching on the streets, on the, y'all racist, y'all prejudiced. But now all of a sudden, these 2/3 niggas, like with all this racial shit with the stabbing and all of a sudden now black people and other jakes are so racist. They hate white people so much now, right? All of a sudden y'all hate the white man, right? Okay. But like you said, it's just convenient to hate us.
Oh, yeah.
Let Esau just start ushering in reparations and all kinds of goodies for Jake, which the white man didn't take care of Jake. Jake, let's say the second Cosby era come along, where everything is good and the white man is treating them good and blah, 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 which Esau, he been coddling these niggas,
Man.
right? So, they'll take the MOTB. You understand? All of a sudden, oh no, brother, you can't be prejudiced like my mama. I grew up around that shit. My mother, she's a convenient racist.
A fair weather fan racist.
Yeah, because my mother, right, my mother, this is my own mama. As a kid growing up, when she get mad that a white person did something to her on the job, or I hate them low life bastards. She'll go off, right? Having a goddamn seizure. But then when I would fucking come and be like, I hate these crackers. Man, you got me the whole goddamn road. She'll rebuke me. I ain't raised you like that. I'm looking at you like you're fucking bipolar.
Oh,
I'm looking at my mother like she's bipolar. Yeah. See, my father was a different you already know. My father, he didn't like crackers.
Yeah, right.
He stayed with that. Look, man, the white man fucked the white man, that's it. And I said, yeah, Daddy, fuck this guy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See? But that's a man. You see, my father was never wavered from what he felt
Yeah.
and what he believed in. He stood on his business to the day he died. He stayed. But women, I keep to do that good. And I swear to God, as a kid, I was like, yo, my mother's fucking bipolar. They're seasonal haters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they gonna take that MOTB, man. Right,
Yeah,
right,
that's what I'm saying. They gonna take it,
Yeah.
and then they gonna get that noisome soul, and then it's gonna be fuck the white man again. But it's gonna be too late.
Yeah. Too late.
It's a such thing. It's too late.
Hey, what's that song? Who was that? Cool in the Game? Too late.
Yeah.
hey, same thing with the jab. It was,
Yeah.
it was the same thing.
Yeah.
As soon as they realized, oh shit, because there's a lot of people that woke up after the fact, like, hold up,
You ain't seen your grandbaby since.
it's too late.
You ain't seen the grandbaby since.
It's too late, man.
Your bad decision making ass. Let's finish this up.
Yup.
Yeah.
Revelation 14:10, it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Okay, so what if they what if they hold me down? What if they force me? What if they do this? What if they do that? You gonna get burnt the fuck up.
Yep.
That's what's gonna happen. And that's what the Lord wanted for your ass, because that's why it happened like that.
Man, can you imagine all these bodies burning up while big old chariots is above them, watching them get burned up?
Man, look.
Imagine that reality in real time.
That's Revelation 16.
That's crazy, man.
That's Revelation 16. It tells you everything.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you brother something right now.
Something else.
Let me tell y'all something right now, real quick,
Oh, good.
before y'all close up. Listen, everything you're saying is true, man. Look, we have faith in the Lord, right? You're supposed to have faith in Yahawashi, no matter what. Whatever goes down. But man,
True.
real talk, my mentality right now, I'm like kind of in fear. Meaning I fear the Lord, man.
Right on.
When I say fear, that's what I fear. I don't fear Esau.
Right.
I fear the Lord. Okay, because I'm just hoping I'm found on the right side of the fence.
Right.
If you could dig what I'm saying. Like last night, remember we thought, when you did storm last night, it rained, but it really didn't rain that bad. But yo, bro, I was in the crib last night in the bed, and even my cats were, because that the sound, that thunder, that shit woke me up out of my sleep.
Yeah.
And that reminded me back home in Florida, that, bro, the Most High be talking, man. And that shit reminded me when I was a kid back home in Florida. When that thunderstorms come, that's truly the Lord talking, man.
Right.
Yeah. I heard that thunder last night. I was sleeping. And even my cats got freaked out. Like, running through the house crazy.
Man.
Because even the animals know when the Lord is talking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. But I woke up and I felt like a fear in my chest. Like, I took it personal, like, that's the Lord just letting me know don't play.
Man.
That's right.
Hey. That real fast. Years ago, it was an F5 tornado. I don't know if y'all remember. In downtown Fort Worth. My mom used to work there at the Star Telegram. And she was stuck at work at the time.
Damn.
And it was an
F5?
No. I'm sorry, not F5, F3.
Yeah. It was on Christmas, remember?
I don't remember what day it was.
I think it was on Christmas. It was like some years ago.
2016?
And the buildings. No. It was no. It wasn't 16. It was when I was younger. It was
Oh,
like,
okay.
I remember
like in 20, maybe
when
20.
came out.
Yeah. The light. I think it was like in 20, maybe 2001, 2. It was somewhere around there, right? And it was like, I mean, it was bad, right? So at the apartment, I had a balcony. I went on the balcony, and I'm sitting there, I'm a goofy kid being goofy and shit. And I was like, yeah, bring it on. Like, I was just being stupid.
Right.
Lieutenant Dan.
Right? I love bro was
Lieutenant Dan.
right? Hold on. Right. Hey, look. Because at that time, I love storms. I just like the storms, right? So I'm outside on the balcony, feeling all the wind hit my face, like, yeah. As soon as I said, yeah, bring it. As soon as I said, bring it, boom. Bro, my whole chest. I feel like I almost gave it the go. I ran inside, like, oh, shit. I never did that shit again. Like, real talk, I knew it was the Lord. Even though I didn't understand at the time, the Israelites, none of that. But I knew because the time of it was so quick and swift. I was like, man, the Lord heard me. Stop playing with me. The Lord said, stop playing with me.
All right, boy, sit your ass down.
Brother, I was going to say last night.
I think my chest was hurt.
Last night, man, the woman, her ass got scared and woke up that.
I ain't never do that shit.
I don't know. It reminded me of a time back home in Florida that like it was like the Most High himself was talking, and I felt fear. Like I'm talking about last night, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I felt fear. Laying in the bed, and it was hard for me to go back to sleep after that night.
Yeah.
Like, but in my mind, scriptures, I'm like, the Lord is like, I took it as that's the Lord letting me know He is not playing, and He's about to. That's why but I feared. Y'all feared. That was last night. You did when that shit woke me up. It was like, wake your fucking ass up. I'm talking.
Right.
Right.
Like that's how I felt last night.
Yeah.
Now, to piggyback what you're saying, that reminds me of the scripture when Jake was talking shit to Moses, saying the Lord can speak to us too, and all this stuff. And he said, okay. And the Lord started thundering. He said, oh shit. So he do be talking that way, because that's a perfect example of the scriptures right there.
That's why, brothers, I'm trying to walk like Albarat's eye. I'm trying to walk a straight line, man. I'm trying to walk a straight line. I'm trying to make sure I do the work, make sure that we get the you brothers are on point, man. But I gotta make sure I get the right projection to you brothers. It's a lot of things, man.
We in the straight gate, Zaquan. We in the straight gate.
No, but you understand what I'm saying, bro?
Come.
The Lord is telling us certain things. Starting from Apostle Tahar, I gotta make sure that I'm giving the right example to you brothers. You understand what I'm saying? We all men. We make mistakes, we fall, but then with Yahawashi, you know what I mean? But hey man, I'm trying to walk a straight line, bro. At this point right now. So everything that we bringing out, see, like you see the video you're doing, Yahawashi, this is prophecy. But like you said, these idiots are out here playing games. And like last night, man, like that thunder, that shit, like my heart skipped a beat. Strong. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in the bed, even my cats were freaking out because they're scared them. So that's the Lord, man. But these motherfuckers are playing. Like you've been saying this whole lesson. Playing. Do they see, yo, man, that's why I always bring out that scripture. You don't gotta get it. Somebody wants it, they can. I'm just gonna quote it. I quote it all the time. Isaiah 29:10. But you start at the 9th verse. Stay, right?
You brought that out last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that came out last night.
So, you know what, brothers? Like, and it all links in with, y'all know my favorite scriptures, man. Isaiah 29, Matthew 13:9, Matthew's the 19th chapter. What am I leaving out? Amos 3:7, right? Those are all precepts together. But it's a spiritual thing. The Lord, like going back to Isaiah 29:10, you can start at the 9th verse. The Lord did it though, man. Because look at that scripture, Yahawashi said, if I had not come unto them, they had no sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin.
That's right.
There's no covering, man. So basically, the Lord is gonna pull the blanket. Like like you might be in your home or wherever you got a blanket, and like when it's cold, you put a blanket over yourself. Damn, it's cold, man. Like whatever. And then somebody come and snatch the blanket, and you feeling that chill. Damn, what the fuck? Well, like you in the bed with your woman might pull the. You ever had that happen? Your woman will pull the blanket over your head. And then you wake up in the middle of the night, you call the bitch, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that's what we at. These dudes don't, the Lord didn't snatch their covering, man. So they're going to take the MOTB.
Con.
And I'm going to tell you something. Let me ask y'all, because I don't remember, and I don't want to be, I don't want to misquote nobody, because then they'll say we lying and bearing false witness. When I'll say this, the pandemic time. Y'all, I don't remember everything, bro. I got memory, but I don't remember everything. Y'all tell me, did Nate tell his congregation to get the jump shot?
Yeah.
Yep.
He does that.
Yep, he did.
Then the congregation started feeling the effects of it.
Yeah.
Even the minute that some of it passed, then he started talking against it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
He
the
changed it,
part of the
yeah.
talking point was like, we get vaccinated all the time because we be traveling. You know what I'm saying? But then when that Cena Juanita hit the fan, people were dying and shit, so he backed the talk on it. General Yahawah was the one that really pushed it.
Yeah,
He
right,
was like,
right,
you'll be
right.
a goddamn fool if you don't take it. It's not the talking shit.
And get on camera.
Yeah, and then disappeared.
Okay, I just wanted to ask you brothers, because I know y'all be up on shit. So Nate told the congregation
They ain't Yahawah.
At first, yeah.
and Yahanan, right?
Both of them did.
So they told them brothers to do that.
Yep. Captain Cesariak said he took the jab just to show people not to be afraid of it. So he took it too.
You see?
Yeah.
So, going back, I'm gonna let y'all finish, man. Going back to the MOTB, what you think gonna happen when that time comes?
They gonna push
Same
it.
thing.
Oh, the same thing.
They gonna push it.
Business.
Because it's a worse situation.
Yep.
But
They gonna push it.
Look, think about it. That time is gonna be the worst time in history. So the pressure, like talking about that squeeze.
Yep.
The squeeze is gonna be way tighter than the whole time of the jab situation. It's gonna be a whole nother level. So they're gonna fold quick because it's about now. I need to eat. Okay.
Shit, General Yahanan said that to Sakari. Yeah, when y'all want it, hell yeah, I'm gonna take it. My family gonna eat.
Right.
They done already told us.
Because they don't believe in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Look, man, we believe that if we were in the house and we had one steak and it was a big family, that the Lord could multiply that one steak and make that steak keep going.
Did
The
not
scriptures
Yahawashi do it?
Right.
Did not Yahawashi do it? The fishes, the fishes and the loaves of bread?
Come on.
Did not Yahawashi do it?
Right, we believe it.
Where we in Revelation? We was in chapter 14, right? Yeah. I think you finished it.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, let's jump to 15. We're talking because 13 is presented. 14, it says if you take it, you doomed.
Right.
15 tell you about those who don't take it.
Right.
And then we're gonna end with Revelation 20 and 4. Lord willing.
Yep.
But let's go ahead and finish this thing up on up.
Yep. Revelation 15:1, it says, "And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. For in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire."
Right? This is a bird's eye view, looking down through the floor of the chariot, which is glass, seeing the destruction of Babylon after being delivered for saying no to the M, to the O, to the T, to the B. Right? This is the reward for that.
Shall I find
Right?
faith on the
Deliverance.
earth?
You say what?
When I come, shall I find faith on the earth?
There you go. Go ahead.
It says, "And them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image
The
and,
beast and over the image and what?
and over his mark."
And over the mark. So you gotta take the trifecta to get destroyed. You gotta avoid the trifecta to get delivered. There ain't no in between. Go ahead.
And over the number of his name.
And over the number of his name. Let he that have wisdom count the number of the beast. You see? Go ahead.
Stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb,
That's
saying,
what I'm saying. That we sung the song of Moses after we got delivered out of Egypt. We're going to sing the song of Moses again. You see? Now I say Esau don't paint no picture of victory, glorifying Yahawashi and Yahawashi and singing the song of Moses and doing all. They're not worried about all that.
Right.
Because it ain't fucking for them. Go ahead.
Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi Almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it's going to be all about. The glorification of Yahawashi and Yahawashi after all that destruction and murder and mayhem and all those different things. Now get Revelation 20 and 4, read that, and then Baba Shah, we're going to get that word for rain with Yahawashi.
Revelation 20 and 4, it says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. Excuse me, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi.
The souls of them that was beheaded. You see? It said if you take it, the Lord gonna destroy you. You see? But if you willing to go there, you willing to die for this thing, strive for the truth unto death, the Lord is gonna fight for you. You see? So those that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawah and Yahawashi, they said no to the M, to the O, to the T, to the B. We ain't taking that shit. We'd rather die. Go ahead.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast.
Had not worshipped the beast. Go ahead.
Neither his image.
Neither his image. Go ahead.
Neither have received his mark upon their foreheads.
That's what I'm saying. So everything y'all said yeah to as the bride of Yahawah and Yahawashi, y'all gave up y'all vow. You wouldn't use that damsel to let the nigga hit it. You wasn't that damsel that said that cried out because you was betrothed. You let him hit it.
Yep.
So both of y'all got to die.
And you liked it.
According to the law, both of y'all got to die.
You niggas gonna die anyway.
You see? According to the law. You see? Go ahead.
Or in their hands.
Or in their hands, right? Didn't take it nowhere. No matter where you want to put it, we ain't taking it, bitch.
Right.
Go ahead.
And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach for 1,000 years. That's the first day of the kingdom, pretty much. That one day is gonna be 1,000-year period for these heathens to get their ass whooped and clean this shit up.
That's right.
The first day of forever.
Payback time. Right?
Yeah, the first day of forever.
Hey,
You see?
that's Isaiah 14 and 1.
Oh yeah. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14, that's the kingdom.
Yeah.
You see? Now bring out that word for rain, Baba Shah. Get all the meat out the bone too. We gonna end this thing with a bang through the spirit.
Strong's G 936 Basiluo. It says to be king or to exercise kingly power.
To be king, to exercise kingly power with Yahawashi. Let that sink in. Right? This ain't no t-shirt selling contest. We ain't having no fucking fashion show at the Passover. No weirdo shit, right?
One more thing, Baba Shah, I'm gonna request. You said to be kings. Now go into the etymology of the word kings.
All right.
You must. Baba Shah, that's all I want you to do. I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all got it.
All right. Etymology of the word king.
I want you to get on this, guys.
It says an Old English contraction of king, which is a ruler, which is a title.
Rulers, kings, priests, ruling with Yahawashi. Because you said no to the M, to the O, to the T, to the B. Because see, with Esau, if you take that shit, you just gonna die further into captivity. You don't win doing that.
See, but they think it's a possibility they can win if they submit, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't know what's coming next.
Exactly.
And that's why you gotta listen to the prophets. The prophets tell you what's coming next. But if you think ain't nothing coming next, you think you gotta fit in with what the new is.
Right.
You ain't thinking about a new world.
Matter of fact, before
Hold on. Please, finish. That was it?
no, it's more. It's more than that.
That word king, I want him to expound on that.
It says from Old English king, which is a family, race. It says the making of a king is the leader of the people. It says also one who is from noble birth. Also one who descended from a noble birth. So the descendant of a divine race.
You see that? Born of the Holy Spirit, man. Those first groups.
Domicile of the kings.
Boom.
Kingdom. Kingdom means domicile of the kings. Noble people. You see, pursuing to John, the first chapter. That's right. Woo! Come on, man. But I want to get woo! Right? Anyways, what you said, Isaiah 29 answers that. The people that's not a part of that. But you know what? Even them niggas gonna be a part of that eventually. The 2/3, they will get it through the elect. But they gotta go, man. And you know what, really, brother? Us hating on the 2/3 is really love.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything I'm saying, everything's been turned upside down.
God.
We telling Jake, look, the Lord got you, man. You see? But everything is turned upside down.
Yeah. It sounds crazy, right? Like we said, we hate you niggas, want you niggas to die. And you know what? To the world, it seems like, oh, you niggas out your goddamn minds. Y'all hate your own people. You know, it's really love, man. It's really love. Sick.
And that's the thing, because I say it all the time. 2/3 of the nation of Israel is slated to die. But at the same time, the doors of repentance are still open. So y'all got to figure that shit out. Y'all got to figure it out.
Seek the Lord while he may be found.
You see? Finish that word for rain.
All right, going back to that word.
And then, matter of fact, somebody get Revelation 16 and read about the northern sword, and then we can close up.
That word for rain, basiluo, it says to be king, to exercise kingly power, of a governor of a province, also the rule of the Messiah, also the reign of the believers in Yahawashi during 1,000 years.
That's what that's about. Yahawashi, what he prayed for in John chapter 17. All of us gonna get back to that glory. You see? So reigning with Yahawashi for 1,000 years, that's going all the way back to Genesis 1:1, John chapter 1:1. You see, Yahawashi and the angels creating everything that you see. Go ahead.
Con, it says metaphor to exercise the highest influence.
To exercise the highest influence, we gonna govern the world with the laws, statutes, and commandments that's gonna be put in us. Deuteronomy 28:1-14, extended. Right? Let's go.
Con, it says to control. Because
That's
right
it.
now,
To control the mind. The government shall be on his shoulders. That government, to control the minds of the people with Yahawashi spirit on us, with the laws, statutes, and commandments programmed in us, to where we can never die or sin again. Because death comes through sin. The Lord already eliminated that. That's what this devil trying to do, but it's a bootleg version of it. He got you thinking that you're going to be able to live forever. He going to give you the ability to fly and all that. Look, everything that he trying to do, the Lord already did it already and promised us the rest of it.
And better.
But the Lord can't do it. But niggas will believe they'll believe on Esau. You can fly, hovercrafts, and all this shit, right? Like Back to the Future, like, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, those movies, like Esau put, you know, the boots, you can put on special boots and fly.
Ain't nobody got time for all that.
The body, man, they can recreate you and all this. They can, like Star Trek, they can regenerate your cells. Like, yeah, but niggas will watch Star Trek and believe that shit, Captain Kirk and them, but the scriptures they can't believe.
Dang. And that's why that's why when the hour of temptation comes, they gonna fold.
Yeah, because they ain't doing shit to build their confidence.
Them niggas gonna fold. Them niggas gonna fold like clean towels.
Hey, let me say this real quick before you close. The grace period is to get your shit together.
Yeah.
In other words, the Lord said, look, I'm gonna give you this grace period to get closer to me.
Yep.
When it's all said and done, I'm gonna review it. We're gonna see if you are one of mine or not. If you're not, you're gonna get cast out.
Yep.
You're gonna get burned up.
Ain't no in between.
You know what I'm saying? So ain't no in between. Get your shit together. That's it.
Y'all got anything else?
You want the Revelation 16, right?
Yeah. That northern sword.
This is Revelation 16:1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image.
You see, so that's gonna be the first. That's gonna be the first of your problems. Because when you look up that word noisome sword, it goes into pus, discharge, like, you know what I'm saying, cancerous.
Yeah.
You see, why? Because you're not supposed to put electricity in your body. You're not supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So once you put it in, and your motherfucking thumbs start to bubble, and whatever else come along with it, you're gonna realize you made a mistake, and then the Lord gonna finish you off with the missile.
Yeah, it's called the electric. You said he's put electricity in you. It's called the electric chair.
You know what I'm saying? And you just go, I would say you're gonna let him put it in you.
I got that word,
So
sword.
you can bring it out.
Helicos in the Greek, it says a wound, especially a wound producing discharged pus.
You see, a wound discharging pus. You see, that's what that thing is gonna do. Imagine that in your head.
All that for a honey bun.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, all that for a honey bun is
Some hot
goddamn
Cheetos.
Bruh.
box of milk from the schools. You know, little box of milk.
Bruh. On your bag. Yeah, but hey, with that, we want to give all praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim teaching about the Yahawah, that's the sincerity and truth. Shalom.